sharing the world of Herushka through song, through dance. At this time, we are going to honor the return of Little Priest. Later today, I will try to explain the story, the war story that he brought back, the honors that he brought back to the Winnebago Nation. So we're going to go call upon again Herushka, what we call the Little Priest songs. There are 4 of them in honor of his bravery, the sacrifice that he has made for the Winnebago people. So I'd like to ask all the veterans to come on out, family, relatives. We invite all our non-native friends as well. Come and let us celebrate. Let us honor our warriors. Aho. Again, friends, relatives, we invite everyone to come on down and let us honor the return of Little Priest. Again, the rites we enjoy through ceremony, through song, and through dance. Again, I'd like to recognize the gentleman that carrying our Eagle staff, perhaps the oldest of all the veterans that are here today. Aho, Pinnagigan. Again, we go to our second song. Today, again, we will recognize through the stories, the song, the sacrifice of many of these warriors that have made to the Herushka, to our ceremony. Again, friends, relatives, you wish to come on down and dance. The floor is open to all our non-native friends as well. And we go to our third song. All right, we're going to go to our fourth and final song. As again, we honor the return of Chief Little Priest. Washa Hilobade. Eric, Eric, Eric. And again, I want to thank all the veterans that assist us in the raising of our colors and all the friends and relatives that came out and danced again in honor of Chief Little Priest. I'd like to call upon Eric Armel, again, our veteran and longtime councilman for the Winnebago Nation, provide us with our welcome.
Just real quick, all the veterans, before you get too far, that there's t-shirts for you over in the veterans building right now. So after we finish this up, then feel free to go over there and get yourself a t-shirt. But with that being said, I'd like to say good morning to everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your life to be here this morning to bear witness and participate in this morning's festivities. And so with that, I'd like to wish you a happy day today. Hope you have fun and some good entertainment, watch some good dances. And so with that, say thank you. Pinagi.
At this time, we are going to call upon Erica Harmel to read off the roll call of all the flags that are here, and some of you that may be related, son, daughter, what have you, descendant of one of the veterans that we are honoring today. If you wish to applaud, that is, again, your choice. It is in honor of all our veterans today. So again, Miss Erica Armel.
Robert Barrage, Korean conflict, U.S. Army. Michael Richard Smith, U.S. Army. Donald Whitewater Sr., Vietnam. Michael Thomas, USMC. William E. Hardin, Lucius Hardin. Wilbur Hardin, Wanda K. Solner, Abraham Little Beaver, Christopher Snow Sr., Louis Cass St. Cyr, Charles Kelsey, Ralph Buddy Armel, John Armel, Tanya Baker, Elwood Hardin, Peter Martin Snow, Eugene Kennedy, World War II, Paratrooper, U.S. Army, Abel Decora, Ronnie Saul, Kelly Decora, Charles Rogu, Alvin Kelsey, Larry Wood, David Littlebear, World War I, U.S. Army, Leonard Zach Sr., Leonard Zach Jr., David Lemire, Alvin Chamberlain, World War II, U.S. Army, Cass Denny, Ben Decora, Lawrence Thomas Sr., U.S. Army, Lawrence Thomas Jr., U.S. Army, Charles Rave, Virgil Camus, Aaron Rave, Chuck Bowman, U.S. Army, Laverne Armel, Vietnam, USMC, Teddy Huffman, USMC, Jay Stout, U.S. Army. John Littlewolf Jr., U.S. Army. John Lemire, U.S. Army. Sam Tebow Sr., U.S. Army. Sam Tebow Jr., USMC. Thomas Walker Jr., World War II, U.S. Navy. Elwood Hardin, U.S. Army. Levi Lincoln. Emmett Crosby. Dan Lincoln. Richard Lincoln. Cheryl Smith. Louis Payer, World War I, U.S. Army. James Snow, Vietnam, U.S. Army. James N. Rice, Korean War. David L. Bear, World War I, U.S. Army. Felix White Jr., Korean War, U.S. Army. Jerry Lemire, Gulf War, U.S. Navy. William E. Martin, World War II, U.S. Navy from New York City. George Whitesnake, World War I. Michael Whitesnake, World War II. Russell Decora, Thomas Buchanan, Spanish-American War. Robert Beaver Pelkey, U.S. Coast Guard. Leroy F. Pelkey, U.S. Navy. Louis Snow Sr., Donald Snow. Chris Snow Jr., World War II, U.S. Army. Michael T. Walker, Vietnam, U.S. Army. Jim Sun, Johnny Smith, P.J. LaPointe, Donald Rave, Kent Ware Sr., Lawrence Buchanan, Mose Rave, Dwight Rave, Leroy Green Crow, Joseph Bellinger, Yolanda West, U.S. Navy. Felix D. Bigay, Vietnam, U.S. Army from New Mexico. Eugene Decora, World War II, U.S. Army. Raleigh Kelsey, World War II, U.S. Army. Gunny Sergeant Vincent St. Cyr, Korea, USMC. Sergeant Matthew Cleveland Sr., Vietnam, U.S. Army. And Dan P. Eagle, Korean and Vietnam, U.S. Army.
Again, how about a round of applause again for all the flags, the veterans that we are honoring today. At this time, also want to recognize the main flag pole up here today in honor of Vincent St. Cyr, a World War II veteran, and I believe the family will be feeding all the veterans our drum and all the veterans that are here and all the visitors. So again, we honor the memory of Mr. Vincent St. Cyr. At this time, we're going to call upon Herushka to provide us with what we call the morning song. For the Native people, everything that we do, every function, every gathering, we always have a song. For many of those that have passed on, especially over the last couple of years due to COVID, many of the disabilities of our veterans, I always wish to acknowledge some of those that are still fighting that battle today, what we call Agent Orange. I also am a part of that, suffering from nerve damage in my eye, and very difficult at times to stand here, but gives me honor when I see these flags flying in again in honor of our warriors. So at this time, we're going to go to Herushka, and we'd like to invite all of you. Some of you may have lost someone, direct family, relative, close friend. We'd like to have you come out, and as we will be singing the morning song, the bringing back to the circle. So again, at this time, we'd like to invite everyone to come on down and let us honor our relatives, those that have passed on, with what we call the morning song. As we come out and dance, we think of the legacy, the teachings of what our people have left for us, our family, our degas, our chokas, our relatives. Let us think of them as this dance or this song is being sung. So again, we'd like to invite everyone to come on down. Pinigigi. Roland Warner, I'd like to ask you to come on up here. And again, we are honoring Mr. Vincent Sincere, the raising of his flag. And I want to thank Herushka veterans. We'd like to ask you to stand by as the family of Vincent Sincere will be feeding as a custom to our people that when we are honored, we always give to the circle. Give to the arena, give to the drum. Most importantly, the drum. The drum serves as the heartbeat of our nation, of our people. It brings Mother Earth, nature, and man as one. It has brought unity to our people. I recall back in the 1950s when many different nations perhaps did not see eye to eye, did not get along with one another. But over the last 50, 60 years, it has brought unity. Now, today, where many nations come together to sit at the same drum. And again, the lessons that are learned, that are taught through these songs, to love one another. To love one another is to respect that we have to everything that is. I'd like to turn the mic over to Bill Sincere, a longtime friend of mine, a champion dancer in his own right. And again, the son of Mr. Vincent Sincere, so I'd like to turn the mic over to him at this time.
Yahoo! I say thank you to you, brother, for the recognition you give me. And then today, this morning, I say thank you and good morning. And above all, thank Creator this morning for this wonderful day that He gave us. On behalf of these flags that are flown today, and then on the center pole, the people, the relatives have pitied us enough to honor my dad again on this center pole here. And I'm very, very honored today on his behalf, from his bloodline, from the oldest to the youngest to the oldest. I say, Pinagigi we to you, for all that can hear my voice this morning. May God rest his glory upon all our veterans today. And I say thank you to you. From the time that you took that oath, you sacrificed. And from that time, the spirit of glory is resting upon you. All the days of your life, you walk of the flesh. He's with you for your sacrifice, for your desire for life, for your desire for your people, for your way of well-being today, for the children that are here. Way back then, when they prayed for us and made this way for us, they cleared the path for our children, for our people. Today, we still exist, we still breathe, we still live, we still practice our ways today, all on behalf of our warriors here in the flesh here, and all above all, God, who let us be in existence today on this earth. So I say thank you to all of you, from the oldest to the youngest here today, to the Kamau Power Committee, to the principals, for those who took this prayer in this arena, the early morning hours, for all that come into this arena, that they may be healed, they may be blessed with that feeling. Bless all these dancers. God bless you for coming around and taking place in this celebration. All that comes around is good in this arena. And this morning, I ask for your kind reverence as I offer up a word of prayer for this food that was gathered on behalf of my niece, Martha Warner. So I say thank you, to my little brother, Roland, and his family, for all that the endurance that we go through today. Tategaho, Pinagigi, thank you for your kind attention. Father, this morning I give you all the praise and the glory this morning, Father. Awana wanka changara, hiningra, diho, afanda, dineho, Jesus. This morning, This morning, Father, I ask for your blessings upon our people today, Father. For all who had gathered around this encampment here to come and to celebrate, to come and feel good. Some of them feel ill. Some of them are hindered and afflicted, Father. This morning, some of them they come from their homes to renew, to rejuvenate, to gain strength to what we do here, Father. To hear the words of our people, to utter memories of our warriors, Father, and the stories and the power that is given through it, Father. Today, I ask that you bless all of us today here, Father. That take and have mercy upon us in our everyday life, Father. For whatever is bothering us and afflicting us in every way, I ask that you remove it in Jesus' name this morning, Father. I ask that you have mercy upon our sick people in homes and hospitals and abroad, Father. I ask that you look down upon our orphans and our mourners today, Father. I ask that you look down upon our homeless people who wander the streets, Father, that you can send some good relatives to cross paths in their way, Father. Cause life to be a little easier, Father. Bless them with the provisions that they need every day today, Father. Today, I ask that you bless our people who are afflicted mentally, physically, spiritually, Father. For whatever it is on their minds hindering from talking to you, Father. I ask that you lift all calamity, witchery, sorcery, bitterness, condemnation, all those things that bother you, Father. I ask that you lift that this morning in Jesus' name. That you bless everyone with a good feeling, Father. That you bless everyone with an understanding for one another. That you give us respect and honor like that, Father. For us to take care of one another, for us to lean on one another, for us to tell each other what's wrong so we can pray for one another, Father. I ask all these things of you today to bless all our relatives, Father. And then the ones that come from far like that, Father. Bless their homes and their families like that, Father. And let them come here with a real kind feeling like that, Father, to share that aura with us, Father. To share that goodness of their hearts and in their minds like that, Father. So it can flourish like a wildfire, Father, that we can all get along with one another, Father. And then that Sunday, Father, we're going to depart. Make everything good for our relatives like that, Father. Clear that path for them. Give them merciful travel blessings like that, Father. For all of us like that, Father, that we get home, we can find things the way they were or even better like that, Father. So I ask all these things of you this morning, Father. And then bless this food here that is gathered on this table here today. For what it stands for our people, Father. The sacrifices that was made for it, for us to eat it, partake of it, Father. This morning I ask that you put your Holy Spirit in it, Father, and that we can enjoy it like that, Father. That we can apply it to our minds, our bodies, and our spirits like that, Father. So I ask all these things of you today, Father, to carry us under your wings like that. Shade us, keep us from all harm like that, Father. And then Jesus gathered his 12 disciples, Father, and he said unto them, I give you all authority over all famine, sickness, disease, Father, in your name, Father. I bind all evil, Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus, to make that devil flee from our children, Father, to make it flee in confusion and turmoil, turning on each other, Father, revealing themselves to the world, Father. Bless our children. Give us the strength to fight for our children, Father. I ask all these things of you, Father, this morning to take care of us, Father. And if I've left anything out, Father, I ask that you have mercy upon me and give us strength and take care of these things for us, Father. So I ask all these things of you, Father, today. I give you all the praise and the glory this morning, Father. Wakanda Jesus, Amen. Thank you.
Aho, Pinwadaga. Again, this time we'd like to call all the veterans that assisted us in raising of our colors. We'd like to ask them to come up and partake in this meal in memory of, again, Mr. Vincent Sincere. And again, I'd like to thank Bill for that very beautiful prayer.
Oh, I need to. And that's P. I want to say good morning to each and every one of you, and then I want to say thank you to our our Creator, Maona, for this beautiful day, this life that He gave us, allow us to breathe this air and walk on His creation, drink this water, eat this food, and work good on us. I want to pay homage to our Creator and say thank you to our veterans for their service and all of the work that they did from the beginning to today, like that. And appreciate each and every one of you for making your way over here. And then it was a real honor and a privilege for my SIGA to represent the veterans of this tribe. Say thank you for allowing her to be able to do that. So on her behalf, on behalf of my family, our home, I say Pinagigi.
All right, at this time, we'd like to ask all the veterans to come forth and again, thank Bill for the prayer and the meal. So all veterans, we'd like us to come on up and veterans. Oh, they're still bringing some more. I hope there's some chenicha in there. Been waiting for that all weekend. Yeah, good to see Mr. Pelkey here. He's always dancing hard. I certainly appreciate always bringing that certain spirit here and dancing hard. Every song, every intertribal, yeah. Some of the Chunjunks may want to prepare a plate for our elders that are here. Veterans. Again, we want to thank the family for paying respect and honor to their Dega, their father, their Choka. Again, a tradition among the Winnebago people that when honored, we always feed our people, our relatives, and most importantly, our veterans. So again, calling all veterans. And I'd like to acknowledge and thank the Herushka drum for providing our music. It's going to be a long day for them. Again, we will be honoring our service songs and family songs. A group of young men I can actually call Chonshke because their mother was one of my adopted sisters. I was adopted into the Meskwaki Nation back in early 1970s. Their mother, Violet, was a very close, very special friend of mine. So again, veterans, I believe we're just about ready. We got a chef over here still cutting up. While they are being fed, we're going to open up the mic a little bit for anyone that, again, wishes to express themselves on behalf of their family, relatives, recognizing that a number of them have traveled a great distance to be here this weekend. Again, I want to thank Bill for that very beautiful prayer, and longtime brother of mine, champion dancer, who danced over the years, Tommy. I traveled to many different powwows competed. Though we competed against one another, we always stood together as brothers. So it's always good to see him, and wondering where his son is, champion dancer. Uh, ready? All right, all right. Again, veterans. There are a number of upcoming powwow celebrations, and the next month or so, I believe the Potawatomi hosting their annual celebration. The Menominees next week. I believe St. Croix is going on right now. Oh.
I want to say good morning to each one of you. And on the behalf of Joyce Pelkey, she wanted me to come mention that last song that was utilized, it belongs to Thomas Buchanan. And they came over there and they gave gifts to the drum. So I want to say thank you to you, Joyce, and Leroy, and the rest of the family. Thank you very much. And Thomas Buchanan, he was wounded in the war. And there's a song that we utilize here in Winnebago, Nebraska. When that feather falls down, that there's a song that he used to go and pick those feathers up for us in this arena. And through that, then relatives, they made him a song just for him. So I want to say thank you to you, each one of you. Then today, we brought my dad's flag. And my brother Silas, he takes care of that. And we put it over there by the drum. And all the things that my dad, he talked about this homecoming celebration. He would say, don't call it a powwow. He said, call it a celebration. And all the veterans and what they went through, what they had to endure during their time serving this country. And my dad, he would say, this freedom that we enjoy every day, it's not free. Each one of these individuals, they sacrificed their life for each one of us. So have respect, he would say to us. Then through that, then we try to learn the songs, carry on the songs. That's what he was worried about. And this weekend, we got to sing together, my brothers and my chunshkes and my friends. We got to sit down and think about the things that my dad, he taught us. And through that, then we had other relatives that took time to show us about this Hedushka way and the things that they did, things that they talked about, how the warriors, how they had all the rights upon this arena. They would have to do things a certain way. And so all these things that we were doing, then through that, they wanted to recognize all the ones that had a hard time losing a loved one. And wanted a song sung for them. We did that a few years ago. And that was done by Eric Dusty Armel and my brother, Harold Cleveland Jr. They wanted to do something for all the mourners. They wanted to bring them back into the arena. And so through that, then they asked us to sing a song for all mourners. I know it's hard for them to come to the arena. We have our belief. When you lose someone, you stay away from the arena. You stay away from public eye. And they do all those things. And I seen one of my brothers, he did that. His name was Darren Snake. Then he would talk about that when he lost his daughter. That really affected him. And so those are our teachings. And so those of you that came out and danced, and God bless you. God take care of you. God watch over you in your everyday lives. Things that you need, things that you strive for. And all those things that we do it with a good thought, good feeling. So I want to say thank you to you, Dusty, for what we did a few years ago for all mourners. And made that possible for them, open a door for them to come back into the arena. So when they go around this arena, they're going to put that mourn aside, and they're going to live again, wipe their tears again. So all those things, that's what Little Priest, that's what he wanted for us. And through that, then you think about how Little Priest wanted things to be done for the people. Educate the people, make a home for the people. And he did that for us, each one of us. We're still here today, still carrying on today. And through that, then this homecoming celebration is taking place. It has its life of its own, this celebration. There's a unique celebration, and there's a purpose to the celebration. And commemorating Chief Little Priest and Company A Fort Omaha Scouts and what they accomplished for each one of us. And so I was thinking about that. When you look over there at the entrance, east entrance, that's what there's a doorway for us in the east. There's a reason why we do that. Those go back to our traditions. And we look at it, and this everyday life, this everlasting life, is towards the east. And through that, then we could understand something for our spirit. Everything would be good for our spirit. And this is a man's way. This one belongs to a man. And say that to the relatives. So I want to say thank you to all the veterans for coming over here, and made me think about my dad. Made me think about all the warriors, and think about Machoka John D, and all the ones that used to sing in this homecoming celebration, Choka Wilbur Sharpback, and we even take care of his drum, the drum that he utilized in this homecoming celebration. My brother, he takes care of that. Then we brought it over here and we sang with it, utilized it. Sounded really good, spirit still in that drum. Enjoyed it, got to sing with it. So we feel good on the behalf of my family, on the behalf of our drum group, and got to enjoy the weekend. And through the Wednesday night, they put tobacco down. They had a veterans kettle, and we got to that Woha. They put it over here, and relatives, they utilized it. They said a prayer. My dad, he used to do that, get everything all ready. He would put that womish down, and he would put all the things that goes along with that kettle, and have everybody sit down and partake of it. Then he would share it with all the relatives in the Wednesday evening, getting ready for this celebration. So those are my dad's teachings. That's what taught to him by his relatives, Choka Wilbur and all the elders that we used to have here in our community. And today, we try to continue on with that. So I want to say thank you to each one of you. Thank you to Joyce. And I hope I did properly for you. God bless you. God watch over you. And God bless each one of us. Thank you.
I would like to, at this time, invite our drum to come on up and make a little room for them. So, oh, someone took care of them, Mario. All right, okay. We're talking about the Buchanan name. Back in 1967, I was going to the Art Institute down in Santa Fe, and I was president of the powwow club. We traveled to many of the powwows around New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and there were a lot of competitions. I went up to Tenospos, part of the eastern part of the nation, and Navajo, as some of you may remember or may call them by that, but among the Neh people, they prefer to be called, dressed in that way. I went to a little powwow at their school and day school, and as we were getting ready for grand entry, I saw these young boys coming out and they were pushing a tire. They put this tire out into the arena, and I saw them place this drum on top of that tire. Okay, yeah, just put it in. And I came in with our grand entry, and I was listening to those young boys, and there was an elderly gentleman that was leading for them. Again, Mr. Harold Buchanan Wanagida. They were singing Ho Chunk songs, Herushka songs, and I stopped and I went over and stood there listening. I didn't know Harold back then, and as I was listening to them, I thought of my relatives back home. And so I asked that Harold, who he was. He had blue eyes, and he spoke. I have to say that he was perhaps one of our more educated Ho-Chungatta people. And come to find out, he was from home. He was teaching Hedushka songs to all these young boys, and indeed it was a great honor. Over the years, I befriended him as he sat in my group in the Moncton and the feast, and we traveled to many powwows in the 1980s. Even went up to Canada and Mydegas, and again, I think fond memories of what he left with me. Many of the words and the stories, they have guided me through life, and he was a wise, educated man, well-versed in the Ho-Chungatta language and Ho-Chungatta way of life. At this time, as we customarily do and come together in meals like this, and especially at times like this in honoring of our veterans, I'd like to open the mic, open the floor to anyone, not only our veterans, but anyone that wishes to express themselves, perhaps on behalf of their flag, one of our veterans, deceased veterans. And we'd like to invite even our non-native friends, because to our people, we are all one. We're all one nation. We fought under the same flag. One does not recognize color in this arena or nation. We are all one as warriors and veterans. So at this time, I'd like to open the mic to anyone that wishes to express themselves.
figure if I wasn't going to come out soon enough, I'd lose the courage to do so. My name is Jeff Brown. I'm from Connecticut. My grandmother always talked about the Winnebago. I guess her family came from this area. So I'm here to learn as much as I can, and my heart is open, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
I worked out there for many years with the Pequot people, Pequot Nation, Narragansett. All right, okay.
Good morning, friends and relatives, Hinape. My name is Anthony Bassett. I'm a great-grandson of Howard Bassett Sr. and Pamela Earth Bassett. I served from 2013 to 2020 in the Air Force. I was honorably discharged. Every year when I was gone, somehow I always made it home for powwow, whether I was overseas or stationed wherever. I want to say, though, I lost a lot of friends due to suicide. They didn't have the strength to carry on. And a lot of military buddies that I lost to suicide, you know, being overseas and being away from everybody. But this powwow gave me the strength to keep going, to make it home every summer. So keep in mind all those young warriors, too, who are struggling, and everybody who's struggling with mental illness, mental health. Thank you, guys.
Oh, that's good. I'd like to turn the mic over to my brother here, Mr. Kerry Funmaker, as a brief introduction.
INP, good morning. My name is Chueta Wangiona, Kerry Funmaker. I just wanted to thank my father-in-law who came up from the Shiprock, New Mexico area this morning. We raised his father's flag. He's sitting right in front of it. Invited him to come up here and bring his flag and partake in his. I just love our ways and what we're doing here this morning, and I wanted him to see this and be a part of this with us. And so I just wanted to say that much to you this morning. Good morning to everyone. I want to introduce my father-in-law, Mr. Wilfred Cisco.
Oh, ja, ben Johnny stock is only Lonegi, Bahojo. Do she so Ninas, Adole, Nada Netne, Naharandeni, Asa Binet Hasolti, Sundot eats that, Toruzundot eats that. Not so the fast Nilho. Intaha bandlon to down in the but the haya you don't know that the of course she had. I want to say good morning to all the people that are here. My name is Wilfred Cisco Jr. Senior, and I'm originally from Monument Valley, Utah. And when I met my wife, we relocated to Shiprock, close to Shiprock, a small community called Tosito, meaning hot springs. And I've been there ever since I returned from the service in 1965. So you might figure out how long that is. And that's how long me and my wife have been together. So we have the teachings that are given to us by our elders it reminds me of how they used to teach us by coming over here early in the morning. They say, get up before the sunlight comes up, before the sun comes up. When the morning star is up, get up, go out, exercise, do some running, run to the east, scream your lungs out so the creatures out there will know you're there. And grieving that way. That's the way they used to teach us. That's what I was thinking about this morning when I came here. Early in the morning, as the sunlight was coming up, the flags were raised, and it's a blessing. Ha'ata ha'a means where the sun comes up. The east. Shata'a means south. The path of the sun on the hot side of the earth. And then simply means where the sun goes down. And then to the north, Nahokos. Nahokos means there's a Big Dipper up there. And if you look at it, it doesn't stay in one position. It rotates around every way. That's what the Navajo word Nahokos means. It rotates. That's how you tell your directions, is what we were told when we were young. And the weather conditions were forecast by the dipper, whether it was level or whether it was dipping down to indicate the wind, the rain, snow, whatever it was. That's the way we were taught. I had the opportunity to be here again. My second trip out here to Winnebago, Nebraska. Quite a while back we were here. Majority of the time we go down to Baraboo, Wisconsin Dell, because my son, Kerry Funmaker, came into our family, came all the way down to where we live, and asked for my daughter's hand. And that was kind of an amazing thing that took place. So we agreed, and from that time on, they moved out here, they live out here, and we have the opportunity to come out and spend time with them every once in a while. Being a veteran myself, I look back at all the people that have served our country in my family. I had a father that was called into the service during World War II, from the beginning to the end. And during that time, he earned quite a bit of medals, including what they call the Combat Infantry Badge, and the Purple Heart with what they call oak leaf clusters. I guess that simply means you haven't only been wounded once, it's more than once. So we cherish that, so we have that flag with us. And then my wife's younger brother ended up in the service and was traveled to Vietnam, and he lost his life out there. We have that flag too. And then recently, my wife lost a sister who was a United States Marine. She lost her life, and that flag was also given to us. I have two other brothers that lost their life recently. They were both Vietnam veterans. So I thought I'd just kind of explain. I really appreciate the activity, the ongoing that's happening here. It touches me, it touches my mind. I really cherish the sound of the drum and the song, no matter who, no matter where, no matter what. It's really beautiful to me. And I stay away from what they call abusing it, you know. You got to cherish it, you got to take care of it. Send the message up to the holy people. So that's the way I think about it right here. And I want to thank everybody for listening in. It's kind of a blessing to me in a way to be out here, I guess. Just right now, going on the third day, my birthday came up, so it's past now. I've reached the age of 83, and I want to stay strong, you know. Try to exercise more. I've been down for a while, but I'm hoping I'll be all right. So I thought I'd just mention that I really appreciate all the people that are here. I have two great grandsons that came out from our area to Baraboo. They were spending time out there from the Funmaker family, and we were wondering how we could get them back down to our area, but this was the time. My son and my daughter brought them down here, and then we're going to be taking them home with us again after a short time. So I thought I'd just mention that. Thank you.
And I want to thank the gentleman coming all the way from Arizona, from the Dene Nation, and certainly enjoyed his words. And at this time, we still have a lot of food over here, so we want to invite all our visitors, friends, come on down, native and non-native alike, anyone that hasn't eaten yet or your wife is still sleeping yet. So we still have a lot of food over here. So again, we invite everyone. Some of you just now waking up out there in the camp area, to invite you to come on down. And again, we are honoring the memory of Mr. Vincent Sincere. The family saw fit in providing this meal for us today, and do want to thank Bill for that very beautiful prayer. So at this time, a man that always has some good words to share, I'd like to turn the mic over to Mr. Brian Thunder.
Aho, Jokina Ikaragiwe. I'd like to thank Mr. Boylad for passing the mic over this way. He always likes me to say a few words. Because there's the last couple days I've been listening to some of the vets out here talking, listening to Lena. She's really inspiring. She has some good, strong talks about what goes on here. It's like that, you know. And the old people used to say that. When you come in this arena like that, there's healing in that. And I wanted to thank that young man who came up here to talk about the young people getting out of the service. And that's one thing the U.S. government did to us, you know. They taught us how to fight and kill and trained us. And they trained us well. But I always used to tell people, you know, you got to take your training seriously, because a lot of time that saves your life. But like I said, that's one thing the government didn't do, is they taught us all those things, but they didn't help us debrief. They didn't tell us how to take care of ourselves after. A lot of the old guys used to tell me they wouldn't talk about their deeds of war and all that, because there's a lot of ugliness about that. Especially when civilians and people getting killed by friendly fire and stuff like that, you know. So I wanted to thank that young man for coming out here and making that, saying those things, because there's a lot of people who don't understand that. There's a psychological element that people have. Some doesn't affect us all, and some it just changes everybody completely. So I just wanted to say that real quick, because Mr. Ladd here, he always wants me to get up and say something, and then he likes to tease me too. When he had us tell us each of us our rank and stuff like that, and I said corporal, and he said, he must have got busted. But that's farther from the truth. I managed to get 2 meritorious promotions and a good conduct medal, so I never got busted.
Yeah, to all the Army vets out there, when someone, ETS is there, they say, yeah, what rank were you? Corporal. And we always say, yeah, he must have got busted. Yeah. Especially after 20 years. Again, the mic is open, so if there are any more better.
Oh, is that? I know that. Yeah, that's for veterans. Well, in that, he wanted me to make mention that veterans, make sure to go over to the Veterans Building. The Veterans Association has new shirts for us veterans, so make sure to go over and get yours. Thank you.
Okay, I believe, again, veterans, if you didn't hear him, they are giving away T-shirts commemorating, again, this year's homecoming celebration. So they're inviting all the veterans to go over to the Veteran Shack and retrieve your T-shirt. All veterans, show your, okay, yeah, we still have a lot of food over here. So, again, visitors, friends, some of you still hungry, go back for second or thirds. Matt Jr. over there, yeah, he keeps looking over here, so yeah. Always good to hear his words. He always has some wise words, a man of prayer, and certainly enjoy listening to him. Again, one of my chonshkas. Yeah. All right, so again, visitors, friends, yeah, we still have a lot of food over here, and by you partaking in that meal, you're giving that certain blessing to the family and to women relatives that prepared this meal. And most importantly, of course, to the memory, the flag that was raised here, the main flagpole, in memory and honor of, again, a World War II veteran, Mr. Vincent Sincere. So, again, T-shirts are available for all the veterans that assisted us today. Bring your DD-214, your CIB. Hey, you want over to the Veteran Shack, Veterans Building over on the east side. Vincent was a gunnery sergeant in Korea. Again, I would, Mr. Warner, anyways, to express that on behalf of the family. One of my brothers again here from New Mexico. I see him participating in all the gourd dances. Doing honor on behalf of all the veterans. Again, Mr. Danny Trujillo.
Aho. Thank you, friends and relatives. Mr. Ladd, excuse me for talking in front of you. My elders, please forgive me. I come here to Winnebago from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I joined the service in 1981 right here in Sioux City, Iowa. Married my wife, Linda K. St. Cyr. Yeah. We are descendants of Thomas Buchanan, Catherine Buchanan, Albus Yellow Cloud, Choke Up Pig, Alex Pelkey, and so many other relations that we have here that have gone before us. And when I raise these flags in the morning, I get chills. I think of all these people that have gone before us. I think of how proud I am to be here, to raise these flags for them. I think of all the times that I have come here and been treated so well by the Winnebago people. It means a lot to us. We love this country. We love this area. We are in New Mexico by choice, but also because of health reasons. We'd love to be here daily, but we can't. We come here to enjoy ourselves. We come here to mourn. We come here to laugh. And we come here to see our people again. For the good teachers, the Pelkeys, the Buchanans, the Lemire's, and all the Winnebago people, I thank you. For my family, I thank you. Walter Lakehouse was my father-in-law. Catherine Buchanan was my mother-in-law. Yeah. I think of these people all the time. Last night, when I went to my campsite, I was very tired. I was alone in my campsite, and people kept coming by. When they left, they took my chairs. I had 4 folding chairs up there that we borrowed to bring here to have family members sit down and enjoy themselves when they come to the campsite. Last night, they were all taken. So whoever took them, I hope you have fun. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you sit down well and be comfortable. Please don't feel bad that you took them. Feel good that you needed them. Yeah? The chairs can be replaced. Our friendship cannot. I shake your hand. Enjoy those chairs. Aho.
Right on. Good words, man. Yeah, there's still some food up here. Again, some of you just arriving, visitors, friends. Again, native, non-native alike. Some of the stands, arts and crafts stands. Maybe some of you, your wives are still sleeping yet, so you might want to come over and partake in this meal. We have some coffee, good meal, again, provided to us by the Sincere family. Again, I want to acknowledge all the women relatives. And again, if there are any more, if there is anyone else that wishes to come up and express themselves. And again, veterans, some of you may wish to go over to the Veterans Building, Veterans Shack, and retrieve one of the T-shirts in commemoration of this year's homecoming celebration. Beautiful T-shirt. So can we encourage all veterans to go on over and just bring your DD 214, your VA card. Always good to see. Almost every morning we have had the same families here and doing honor to our flags and all our veterans, and want to acknowledge them. And I was enjoying listening to watching the Pelkey family. They here every year participating, and I always like to watch them dance. Yeah, dances every intertribal. Yeah, dances hard. And again, our drum groups, sometimes people say, geez, I wish I had a song, they're veterans, and I always have to tell them, be prepared to dig deep It will cost you. Anytime your song is sung, dig deep. Many times a family will help you as well. And what we say to this arena, what you give to it, you'll receive in good blessings tenfold. So when your family is being honored through song, we always encourage you to give to that drum because they are honoring you. They are honoring your family. I think Herushka does a fine job in honoring all veterans, family, relatives, and family songs. Little Priest, Chief Little Priest, had a number of songs again in his honor. And it's good to see a lot of the descendants, the family, doing honor and giving to the drum for that honor, for that song. And as I said many times, that tobacco is not a payment, it is an invitation. There are different types of tobacco. You know, the Indian tobacco has no additives, no caffeine. Been gifted to us by Mauna, the creator. Been gifted to us, and we utilize that in many of our ceremonies. When one does not have native tobacco, wangshik dane, we sometimes depend on that white man's tobacco. But for many of the traditional people, we always look to our Indian tobacco. Very hard to get, and only certain individuals have that right to grow it. They share it, they give. But as a custom, we always return in good payment, give back. It's again based on how much respect you have for that Donnie, and the same with our songs. We have our featherings, our giveaways, and times people ask, you know, what should I give? I say, what is a human life worth to you? Because these veterans had earned that right serving our country, be it through time or through their bravery. I believe we're going to go over to Herushka. And again, upon the completion of our meals, especially meals that have been prayed over, we usually acknowledge the women relatives for preparing that meal, what we call a thank you song. As I said before, we have a song for everything that we do, every function, every gathering, every action that Winnebago, Ho-Chungaha people do, we have a song. So at this time, we're going to call upon Herushka for our thank you song. So those that are available, I'd like to ask you to please stand and let us pay honor to the women relatives. Let us pay honor to, again, Mr. Vincent Sincere. I'd like to ask the women, our cooks, to come on out, and as again we honor you. We honor, as we do, honor all our women relatives that prepare our meals and do honor. Oh, thank you, Pinagigi. And again, we want to acknowledge and thank the Sincere family and the women relatives for preparing that meal, and of course, again, honoring their father, the Dega Chokwa. Again, I thank you, Pinagigi.